President Bongbong Marcos officially debuted on the international stage. He physically addressed the United Nations General Assembly.
In his speech, Marcos urged world leaders to support the Philippines' candidacy to the powerful UN Security Council. Marlene Alcaide with the big story.
President Bongbong Marcos arrived at the United Nations headquarters September 20 before 9 in the morning, New York time, for his first attendance in the 77th United Nations General Assembly.
I am Ferdinand Marcos, and I am the President of the Republic of the Philippines. I stand today on behalf of 110 million Filipinos.
After his introduction, Marcos Jr. wasted no time and immediately sought the UN's support for the Philippines' bid to earn a seat at the UN Security Council. The Council's main responsibility is to ensure international peace and security. The President said the country has shown how differences can be resolved through a peaceful means. Citing the 1982 Manila Declaration and the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, as well as the development of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao.
The peace that we have forged after many decades of conflict among warring factions and clansmen demonstrates that unity is possible even in the most trying circumstances.
The President went on to tackle other pressing matters like economic recovery, food security, and climate change. He says the world must act now against the climate crisis, as this remains to be the biggest threat affecting small countries like the Philippines.
We absorb more carbon dioxide than we emit, and yet we are the fourth most vulnerable country to the effects of climate change. This injustice must be corrected, and those who need to do more must act now.
Marcos also called for global unity, adding that all countries must ensure that the international system remains fair for all people, regardless of color.
We still dream of an end to the disturbing incidents of racism, of Asian hate, of all prejudice.
By the end of his speech, Marcos assured the world that the Philippines will continue to be a friend to all and an enemy to none. Following his address, the President will continue to participate in the remaining days of the UN General Assembly. He will be attending several bilateral talks with other heads of states, including those from Japan and the US. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
The President of the Republic.
While Marcos was attending the UN General Assembly, his supporters faced off with anti-Marcos rallies outside the Philippine consulate in New York as they marked the 50th anniversary of martial law. Anti-Marcos protesters insisted the Filipino people should never forget the atrocities and human rights violations committed during the martial law era. They also expressed dismay over the return of the Marcoses in Malacanang. Soon, pro-Marcos supporters also arrived at the scene to defend the late dictator, Marcos Sr.
This is the case of the